Alright, welcome to lesson 3, how to create a great app icon. In this lesson, you're going to learn why app icons matter so much and how to design the best app icon possible. Okay, so why do icons matter so much? Well, the icon is kind of like the face of your app. That is the first thing that people will see when they see your app in search results, and that's what they're going to see on their home screens, on their mobile devices. So it's very, very important to create an app icon that is a great representation of your app. Okay, so the first thing that we recommend you do is to do some app icon research and take a look at what other apps in your category are doing. All right, as an example, we're looking through the Google Play Store, and as you browse through the main page, you can see that there are very distinct differences in the type of icon that different types of apps use. So for example, for games, you see more detailed icons with different characters. And with utility apps or apps that are based on a brand, you're going to see the logo, or you're going to see a picture that shows you what the app does. So just do some browsing and see what you can observe, and take some notes on what you think are the best app icons and why. You might even want to download some of these apps and look at the icon on your home screen. Does it stand out? Does it convey the brand really well? Do you understand what it is by looking at it right away? Those are some things to consider about the app icon design. Then you can get more into the specifics of how to create your app icon. Alright, here are some of the best practices to follow when creating your app icon. A simple icon is easily identified and is the best type of branding. Keep it simple and eliminate any extra graphics from your icon as much as possible. Next, you definitely want to follow the guidelines of the App Store you're going to publish in. I have provided some links below this video inside of Mobile Action Academy, where you can see the guidelines of the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. So check those out, read them carefully, and make sure that you're conforming to all of their guidelines. Also be aware of the different sizes that you need to submit with your app, because you want your icon to look great at all resolutions. Next, you want to ask yourself, is the design consistent with your app design? That is the coloring similar? Is the branding similar? Is the overall look and feel the same? This is important because you want people to identify your icon with your app. Okay, let's say that they download your app and they use it for a little bit and they like it. But if your icon doesn't match your app design, then they might have a hard time finding it on their phone the next time they want to use it. If they're really busy, then they might just go and look for another app like yours because they think they might have deleted it. So be sure the design is consistent. Next, as much as possible, do not use words. Words are really hard to see on small devices, and many times you won't be able to get in enough words to make it worthwhile. So the general recommendation is to stick with images only. And finally, make sure that your icon is understandable at its smallest size. You might be looking at a big iPad Pro or something like that, where the icon is bigger and it's easy to read. But if you came down to a smaller phone, say like an iPhone SE, and the icon is much smaller, then people might have a harder time reading that icon. So make sure that your app icon is easily identifiable even at its smallest size. Now we get into testing. Let's say that you've created an app icon, you have several different ideas, and there's maybe 3 finalists that you want to decide between. Now it's time to get some feedback and some actual data on which one would be the best icon for your app. So the first thing that you can do to get some feedback on your app icon ideas is to go to some of the forums, the app developer forums, and just ask them which icon do they think is better. And that could be a good start, especially if you don't have a whole lot of money. If you're launching your app on Google Play, then you can use their native experiments feature to try out some different icon designs. If you don't want to change your icon design in the live store, or you have some money to play around with some other alternative designs that you want to try out, there are some websites that will allow you to do this. For example, a site like Test Nest will allow you to build these pages that look like App Store pages, but they're really hosted on the Test Nest server. This way you can change the app icon, you can change the screenshots, and different elements of the App Store listing without actually changing anything that's live. This is also great if you already have an app listing that works and you're afraid to change it. So what you would do with a site like Test Nest is you would build some dummy app pages, and then you would send some traffic to those pages. This could be paid traffic, this could be your email list, this could be your existing website traffic, whatever is accessible to you. And then you can start to see which versions of your app icon will get more downloads. Okay, let's do a quick review of this lesson. In this lesson, you learned that you should keep your icon simple. You should follow the guidelines of the App Store you're going to publish in. Look at your icon on your home screen and ask yourself, does it stand out? Is the icon design consistent with your app design? As much as possible, don't use words. You should be able to understand an icon at its smallest size. You can research icons in your category to get ideas. Use app icon inspiration websites. I'm going to provide a couple links below this video inside of Mobile Action Academy that you can check out. And sometimes this is good just to get your ideas flowing and to see what other people are doing. Then once you have a couple of perspective ideas, you can ask for feedback via the forums. Then from there, you should test. Remember that you can use sites that will allow you to test different versions of your app icon. And you can also just do a one-by-one test. What this means is take your existing icon, measure the downloads, and then change your icon and then see how that affects the downloads. And be sure to only change your icon so that you know that that's the only factor that's contributing to the download change. So I hope you learned a lot in this lesson, and I'll see you in the next lesson.